Welcome to Antique Coins Information, your ultimate destination for discovering the most fascinating and valuable coins in history. In today's video, we'll dive into the world of rare USA Lincoln Wheat Pennies, coins so rare and remarkable that some are worth millions of dollars. From unique minting errors to historic treasures hidden in plain sight, we'll explore the top 5 most valuable Lincoln Wheat Pennies that every collector dreams of owning. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin journey, this video will take you on an exciting trip through American coin history. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and historically rich coins ever minted in the United States, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny. While it may seem like just a small, copper coin, the story behind this piece of currency is far more remarkable than its size suggests. For collectors and numismatists, it represents a glimpse into American history, wartime culture, and the evolving art of coinage. To truly appreciate this coin, we have to start with the year it was minted, 1941. America was on the brink of entering World War II. Tensions were high, and everyday life carried the subtle weight of uncertainty. In such a time, coins were not just currency, they were a reflection of the nation's identity and pride. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, had by 1941 become one of the most widely circulated coins in America. Its reverse side featured the classic wheat design, representing prosperity, growth, and the enduring strength of the American people. The wheat penny was more than just money, it was a symbol of hope and resilience during an era of uncertainty. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny, in particular, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. The D mint mark signifies that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the country's major coin-producing facilities. Denver had been operational for decades, and coins minted here are known for their unique qualities, often standing out in collections due to subtle differences in die and strike when compared to pennies minted in Philadelphia or San Francisco. Each coin tells a story, not just about the metal it contains, but about the hands it passed through and the historical moments it witnessed. When examining a 1941 wheat penny, collectors pay close attention to its condition, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. Even though this coin was mass-produced, finding one in pristine condition is increasingly rare. Many pennies from this era show signs of circulation, worn edges, faded details, and patina developed over decades. However, a well-preserved example captures the intricate details of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks on the reverse with astonishing clarity. These coins often display a rich, warm copper tone that only enhances their aesthetic appeal. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is not just about the metal or the design. It's about history, culture, and even psychology. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is particularly fascinating because it sits at the intersection of accessibility and rarity. While millions were minted, the passage of time has made high-grade specimens harder to find. Coin collectors often search through hundreds, sometimes thousands of coins, hoping to uncover that perfect example. The excitement of discovery is part of what makes this hobby so addictive. It's not just about owning a piece of metal, it's about owning a piece of history. The coin's design also has significance. Abraham Lincoln's profile, detailed and dignified, captures the spirit of a leader who embodied resilience and integrity. During 1941, Lincoln's image resonated with a nation preparing for global conflict, reminding Americans of the values of unity and perseverance. On the reverse, the wheat design, created by Victor David Brenner, features 2 elegant stalks of wheat flanking the words, 1 cent. These details, though small, are remarkably intricate and showcase the craftsmanship of early 20th century American coinage. Collectors are drawn to these fine details, as they reveal both artistry and history in miniature form. Another interesting aspect of the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is its place in the broader market of rare coins. While it is not the rarest Lincoln cent in existence, certain variations, die errors, and uncirculated examples can fetch significant sums at auction. Coins that exhibit unique characteristics, such as double strikes, off-center minting, or exceptional luster, become the centerpiece of any collection. The thrill of owning such a coin lies in knowing that it is not only a piece of metal but a rare artifact that has survived the wear and tear of decades, maintaining its beauty and value. When it comes to evaluating the worth of a 1941 wheat penny, several factors come into play. Condition is paramount. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with multiple subgrades in between. A coin in circulated condition may carry modest value, while an uncirculated example could be worth considerably more. Collectors also consider factors like strike quality, color, and any unusual characteristics that set the coin apart. Rarity, historical context, and demand among collectors all contribute to the market value. Interestingly, even the smallest details on the coin can have a major impact on value. For example, the sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the definition in his beard, and the clarity of the wheat stalks can elevate a coin from a standard collector's item to a highly sought-after treasure. Coins with full details, bright surfaces, and minimal wear are considered superior and are often priced accordingly. This meticulous attention to detail is what makes coin collecting both challenging and rewarding. Throughout history, Lincoln Wheat Pennies have been cherished not only for their numismatic value but also for their ability to tell stories. Each coin has passed through countless hands, from a child saving it in a jar, to a veteran carrying it in his pocket during the war, to a collector carefully adding it to a showcase. These coins are small time capsules, preserving a tangible connection to America's past. The 1941 penny, in particular, evokes a time when the nation was on the cusp of monumental change, adding an emotional depth to its historical significance. For modern collectors, acquiring a 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is more than a hobby, it's an investment. Coins of this era, particularly those in high grade, often appreciate over time. Market trends show that well-preserved examples consistently increase in value as they become harder to find. Collectors often track auctions, coin shows, and private sales to locate coins that meet their standards. The anticipation of finding that perfect coin is part of the joy, as it combines both strategy and serendipity. Additionally, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny serves as an educational tool. For new collectors, it provides insight into coin grading, market dynamics, and historical research. It encourages attention to detail and critical thinking, as understanding a coin's value requires careful analysis of numerous factors. From identifying subtle variations in mint marks to recognizing differences in strike and condition, collectors learn to appreciate the complexity of numismatics. This educational aspect adds another layer of value beyond the monetary, making the coin a rich and rewarding pursuit. Collectors often display their 1941 pennies in albums, holders, or shadow boxes, preserving the coin while showcasing its beauty. These displays not only protect the coin but also allow enthusiasts to share their collection with others, sparking conversations and building communities of like-minded individuals. The social aspect of coin collecting can be just as rewarding as the financial or historical aspects, creating lasting connections through a shared passion. In conclusion, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is far more than just a 1-cent coin. It embodies history, art, and American culture in miniature form. Its unique Denver mint mark, detailed design, and historical context make it a coveted piece among collectors. From its circulation during a pivotal year in American history to its current status as a collectible, it represents resilience, craftsmanship, and the enduring appeal of numismatics. For those fortunate enough to acquire one in exceptional condition, the rewards are both emotional and financial. The coin not only offers a tangible connection to the past but also presents a smart investment opportunity for collectors. Its value continues to be recognized by enthusiasts around the world, and the excitement of owning a piece of history is unmatched. Today, the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is sought after by collectors who appreciate its historical significance and aesthetic charm. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of the more intriguing coins in American numismatic history. At first glance, it may appear to be just another penny, a humble piece of copper, easily overlooked in a jar of loose change. Yet for collectors and coin enthusiasts, the 1950 is far more than small change. It is a piece of history, a relic from a time when the United States was transitioning from the shadows of World War II into a period of booming post-war prosperity. The Lincoln cent, first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, was the first widely circulated American coin to feature a real person rather than allegorical symbols. Its design, created by Victor David Brenner, has become iconic, not just for the image of Lincoln on the obverse, but for the reverse design that showcased two stalks of wheat, a symbol of America's agricultural strength and growth. These wheat pennies, as they are commonly called, were minted until 1958, and each year presents collectors with unique varieties and challenges. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark located beneath the date on the obverse of the coin. While the coin is technically common in circulation, certain conditions and details can make individual specimens extraordinarily valuable. Understanding the rarity and value of a 1950 penny requires a closer look at its production, its physical characteristics, and the factors that influence its desirability among collectors. In 1950, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents, with the Denver Mint responsible for approximately 450 million pennies that year. The sheer quantity might suggest that the 1950 is easy to find today, and indeed, many collectors can purchase circulated examples for just a few cents. However, the magic happens when we examine coins in higher grades, particularly those with minimal wear, strong strike, and attractive color and luster. Coins that have survived decades without the usual scratches, nicks, and discoloration are considered premium quality and can fetch significantly higher prices on the market. The condition of a coin is measured by the numismatic grading scale, which ranges from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS70. A circulated 1950 wheat penny will often fall into the lower grades, anywhere between good, G4, and very fine, VF30. These coins show obvious signs of wear, with the wheat stalks on the reverse appearing flattened or faint. In contrast, uncirculated examples, or mint state coins, preserve the full details of Lincoln's profile and the reverse wheat design, showcasing a coin that appears almost as it did when it left the mint over 70 years ago. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is the subtle variety and errors that occasionally occur in the minting process. Collectors prize these anomalies because they tell a story of the coin's journey from molten metal to finished currency. Some 1950 pennies exhibit doubling, where the date or the lettering appears slightly double due to the die movement during striking. Others may have minor die cracks, resulting in raised lines on the coin's surface, which can make them highly desirable in the eyes of numismatists. These variations are rare, and identifying them requires a keen eye, magnification, and sometimes even professional grading services. When discussing the value of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny, it is crucial to consider both its condition and market demand. Circulated coins, as mentioned, are generally of modest value. A penny with significant wear, tarnish, or corrosion may only be worth a few cents, making it accessible to new collectors and casual enthusiasts. However, coins that remain in pristine condition, with sharp details and original mint luster, can command far higher prices. Collectors seeking such specimens often turn to reputable coin dealers or auction houses, where certified mint state examples are sold and documented, providing both assurance and a collectible pedigree. Another factor influencing the 1950 penny's value is the broader interest in Lincoln Wheat pennies. These coins have long been a staple of coin collections due to their historical significance, approachable size, and iconic design. The Wheat Penny series spans 5 decades, from 1909 to 1958, and includes some extremely rare and valuable dates, such as the 1909 SVDB and the 1914D. In comparison, the 1950D may not be among the rarest, but its post-war production and the nostalgia associated with mid-20th century America make it appealing to collectors who focus on historical continuity and completeness of their sets. For those just starting their journey into coin collecting, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny offers an accessible yet rewarding entry point. Because many circulated examples remain in existence, collectors can acquire them without breaking the bank. At the same time, the pursuit of uncirculated or error varieties introduces an element of excitement, as discovering a high-grade or rare variant can feel like uncovering a hidden treasure in a seemingly ordinary coin. Over the decades, the 1950 penny has also benefited from the general growth of the coin collecting market. American numismatics saw a surge in popularity in the mid-20th century, and interest has only increased in recent years, particularly for Lincoln Wheat Pennies. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and specialized auction houses have made it easier for collectors to access and trade these coins, connecting enthusiasts worldwide and driving competitive pricing for high-quality specimens. An important consideration for collectors is preservation. Wheat pennies, including the 1950 are made primarily of copper, which is prone to oxidation over time. This can lead to a greenish or brownish patina, which may affect both appearance and value. Coins that have been handled improperly, stored in humid environments, or exposed to chemicals may suffer damage that reduces their collectability. Conversely, those that have been carefully preserved, stored in protective holders, and minimally handled can retain their original beauty and attract serious attention from collectors. Investing in a 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is not merely a matter of speculation, it is also a connection to history. Each coin carries with it the story of mid-century America, the rise of post-war prosperity, the everyday lives of ordinary citizens who used these coins, and the legacy of Abraham Lincoln as a symbol of unity and progress. Whether held in a private collection, displayed in a frame, or passed down through generations, the 1950 penny represents a tangible link to the past. While many collectors are content to appreciate the coin for its historical and aesthetic qualities, others focus on its financial potential. The value of a 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny can vary widely depending on condition, rarity, and market trends. For high-grade uncirculated coins, certified by trusted grading services, prices can be substantially higher than the typical market for circulated pennies. Serious collectors often monitor auctions, dealer listings, and private sales to identify opportunities for acquiring top-quality specimens that might appreciate over time. In summary, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is much more than a simple copper coin. It is a piece of American heritage, a testament to the enduring legacy of Lincoln, and a collectible that can provide both personal satisfaction and potential financial reward. From the everyday coin that passed through countless hands to the carefully preserved mint-state examples that capture every detail of the original strike, this penny embodies the dual appeal of history and investment that defines numismatics. Its understated elegance, combined with the potential for discovering rare varieties or error coins, ensures that the 1950 remains a fascinating pursuit for collectors of all experience levels. For anyone interested in starting or expanding a Lincoln Wheat Penny collection, the 1950 offers both accessibility and opportunity. Whether purchased from a trusted dealer, discovered in a jar of change, or obtained at auction, this coin invites collectors to engage with the rich tapestry of American history. The joy of collecting is not merely in the ownership but in the stories and details that each coin reveals, from the subtle characteristics of the strike to the broader context of its production and circulation. And while most circulated examples are modest in value, a carefully preserved 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny, in exceptional condition, can fetch a price that surprises many casual observers. These coins, particularly those that exhibit brilliant luster, sharp detail, and flawless surfaces, are highly sought after in the numismatic community. The story of American coinage is a fascinating journey, filled with history, artistry, and even moments of sheer rarity that can turn a simple piece of metal into a treasure worth thousands. Among the most collectible and beloved coins in American history is the Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and casual enthusiasts alike. Today, we turn our focus to a particularly intriguing example from this storied series, the 1952 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny with no mint mark. To understand why this coin holds such significance, we first need to revisit its origins. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, a commemoration of Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was groundbreaking in several ways. Not only was it the first American coin to feature a real person instead of an allegorical figure, but it also marked a shift in design and national sentiment. Lincoln, revered as the great emancipator, became immortalized in copper, reminding every American who held the coin of the enduring values of liberty, unity, and perseverance. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series ran from 1909 to 1958. Its obverse consistently featured Lincoln's profile, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse was adorned with two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. These design choices, simple yet elegant, helped the coin gain immense popularity, and over the decades, the Lincoln cent became a staple in wallets and coin collections alike. But not all Lincoln pennies are created equal, and subtle variations like mint marks and production years can dramatically influence a coin's desirability and value. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark is particularly notable because it was minted in Philadelphia. During this period, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint generally did not carry a mint mark, a practice that distinguished them from coins struck in Denver, which bore a D, or San Francisco, which bore an S. This seemingly small detail can have an outsized impact on a coin's collectability. Collectors often seek coins from specific mints because of production numbers, historical circumstances, and even variations in the die used to strike the coin's point. 1952 was a year of continued post-war prosperity in the United States. The country was experiencing growth, innovation, and a renewed sense of optimism. It was a period when coins like the Lincoln Wheat Penny were not just currency but symbols of stability and confidence in the nation's future. The 1952 no-mint mark penny, although not particularly rare in its general circulation, presents unique opportunities for collectors, especially when considering its condition, strike quality, and any anomalies that might have occurred during minting. When examining a 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny, there are several key aspects that collectors look for. First, the coin's condition, often referred to as its grade, is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with various levels in between such as fine, very fine, and extremely fine. A coin in better condition shows less wear, retains more of its original luster, and displays sharper details in Lincoln's features and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Even subtle differences in wear can significantly impact a coin's value. Next, collectors examine the strike quality. Sometimes, during the minting process, coins may be struck more or less sharply, affecting the clarity of details. A well-struck 1952 penny will show fine lines in Lincoln's hair, crisp lettering, and well-defined wheat stalks. Coins that are poorly struck or show die defects can become fascinating items for specialized collectors who appreciate the unique quirks of coin production. Another factor that can elevate the value of a 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny is any error or anomaly present. Error coins are highly sought after in the numismatic community because they represent mistakes or unusual occurrences during minting. Examples might include doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet imperfections. Such errors are relatively uncommon, making these coins prized additions to collections. While not every 1952 no-mint mark penny will display errors, those that do often command a premium over standard examples. The story of ownership can also add a layer of intrigue to a coin. Many collectors enjoy tracing a coin's provenance, learning where it circulated, and imagining the hands through which it passed. Some coins were tucked away in drawers, collections, or old cash registers for decades, surviving in remarkable condition because they were never exposed to heavy circulation. This is especially true for coins from the early 1950s, as post-war America still saw significant coin usage but also a growing awareness of numismatics as a hobby. When it comes to determining the value of a 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, market factors come into play. While millions of these coins were minted, the true value depends on rarity, condition, and collector demand. Standard circulated coins might only be worth a few cents above face value, but uncirculated examples, or coins in exceptional condition, can fetch hundreds or even thousands. Prices fluctuate based on auction results, collector interest, and the overall state of the numismatic market, but one thing is certain: well-preserved examples of this coin have become highly desirable among enthusiasts. Collecting Lincoln Wheat Pennies is more than just an investment, it is an exploration of history. Each coin carries the story of the era in which it was produced. The 1952 no-mint mark penny connects us to the early 1950s, a time when television was becoming a household fixture, the Korean War was influencing geopolitics, and America was undergoing a transformation in its culture and economy. Holding this coin is like holding a tiny, tangible piece of that history, a reminder of the people, events, and daily lives of those who lived during that time. Collectors often employ specific techniques to preserve and showcase their coins. Special holders, albums, and display cases help protect coins from environmental factors such as humidity, oils from handling, and physical damage. Proper care can maintain the coin's condition, ensuring it remains a valuable and beautiful piece for decades. Many collectors also participate in coin grading services, where professional graders examine the coin, assign a grade, and encapsulate it in a tamper-evident holder. This process provides assurance of authenticity and condition, which can be critical for high-value coins. For those considering starting a Lincoln Wheat Penny collection, the 1952 no-mint mark penny represents an accessible yet meaningful entry point. While earlier pennies from the 1909 to 1920 period are often rarer and more expensive, coins from the early 1950s are attainable for many collectors and still offer significant historical interest. By focusing on coins with no mint mark, collectors can appreciate the nuances of Philadelphia minted coins and the subtle differences that set them apart from their Denver or San Francisco counterparts. Beyond personal enjoyment, there is also the potential for financial gain. Collectible coins have historically appreciated in value, particularly those in exceptional condition or with unique characteristics. The combination of historical significance, design appeal, and rarity makes coins like the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny highly sought after in auctions and private sales. For many collectors, the thrill lies in uncovering coins in unexpected places, perhaps in an old jar of pennies or inherited collection, and discovering the stories they tell and the value they hold. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series, including the 1952 no-mint mark coin, remains one of the most iconic and cherished in American numismatics. Its enduring popularity is a testament to its beautiful design, its representation of a revered historical figure, and its connection to American history during the mid-20th century. For collectors, historians, and enthusiasts, each penny is more than just currency. It is a window into the past, a piece of artistry, and a tangible link to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the era he continues to inspire. As we reflect on the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny with no mint mark, it is clear why this coin continues to capture the imagination of collectors. Its modest appearance belies its historical and numismatic significance. From its Philadelphia origin to its survival through decades of circulation and its appeal to modern collectors, this coin is a remarkable piece of history. Collecting it allows enthusiasts to participate in a tradition that spans generations, preserving a small but meaningful piece of American heritage. For anyone fortunate enough to find a 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny in exceptional condition, the rewards are both personal and financial. When it comes to collecting rare coins, few pieces capture the fascination of numismatists quite like the Lincoln Wheat Penny. This iconic coin, a small but powerful symbol of American history, carries stories, value, and an allure that goes far beyond its humble 1-cent denomination. Among the many years of Lincoln pennies minted, the 1954 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny stands out as a particularly intriguing example, bridging both historical significance and numismatic appeal. Today, we are going to dive deep into the world of this extraordinary coin, exploring its history, production, rarity, and ultimately, what makes it valuable to collectors around the globe. The story of the Lincoln Wheat Penny begins in 1909, when the United States decided to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin introduced the first-ever realistic portrait of a president on U.S. coinage. The obverse design features Lincoln's profile, finely detailed and dignified, while the reverse showcases two stalks of wheat, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design became a classic, remaining largely unchanged for more than 4 decades, and it earned its affectionate nickname, the Wheat Penny. Collectors and historians alike often view these coins as tangible connections to America's past, each piece reflecting both artistry and history. Fast forward to 1954, a year that marked a period of post-war growth and prosperity in America. During this time, the Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark on the coin, produced millions of Lincoln cents. While the majority of these coins were common and circulated widely, the 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny holds a particular charm for collectors due to a combination of factors: its relative scarcity in high grades, the quality of minting, and its role as one of the last years of the Wheat Penny series, which ended in 1958. This makes the coin not only a piece of everyday currency from a bygone era but also a collectible treasure with long-term appeal. When examining a 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny, there are several important details to observe. The obverse, or front, shows Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty at his side and the date prominently displayed. A small d just below the date signifies its origin at the Denver Mint. On the reverse, the wheat stalks arch gracefully on either side of the central inscriptions. Numismatists pay close attention to the sharpness of the strike, the quality of the surfaces, and any signs of wear, as these factors greatly influence a coin's condition and ultimately its market value. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is its relative scarcity in uncirculated condition. While millions were minted, finding a coin in pristine condition today can be surprisingly challenging. Over decades of circulation, most pennies have developed varying degrees of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and corrosion. Consequently, collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that exhibit sharp details, full mint luster, and minimal surface damage. Coins graded by professional services, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC), can achieve substantially higher values, especially when graded as MS65 or above. In addition to condition, certain minting errors or anomalies can make the 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny even more desirable. For example, doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or slight variations in the coin's design are of special interest to advanced collectors. These variations, while sometimes subtle, can dramatically increase a coin's rarity and value, turning what might otherwise be an ordinary coin into a significant numismatic find. While most 1954 D pennies are standard, these occasional anomalies add an extra layer of excitement for collectors who enjoy hunting for unique specimens. Another factor contributing to the coin's allure is its historical context. The early 1950s were a time of recovery and optimism in the United States, and coins like the 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny circulated as everyday currency during a transformative period in American history. Holding one of these pennies is not just about numismatic value, it's about connecting with a tangible piece of mid-20th century life. It's easy to imagine these coins passing through countless hands, traveling from small-town stores to bustling cities, witnessing the everyday stories of a nation. Collectors often focus on different approaches when seeking 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Pennies. Some pursue uncirculated coins, emphasizing mint state perfection and eye appeal. Others may collect circulated coins, appreciating the subtle variations in toning, patina, and wear that give each piece character. There are also specialty collectors who aim to assemble a complete set of Denver minted Lincoln Wheat Pennies, year by year, including high-grade examples. This dedication to completion and the joy of the hunt are what make numismatics such an engaging hobby for enthusiasts of all ages. One frequently overlooked aspect of these pennies is their intrinsic design quality. Victor David Brenner's artwork is notable not only for its realism but also for its enduring elegance. Even after decades, the details of Lincoln's portrait remain striking when preserved properly. The wheat ears on the reverse, carefully engraved, create a sense of balance and harmony, making the coin aesthetically pleasing and historically significant at the same time. The design is both functional as currency and captivating as a work of art, which is why collectors continue to prize it today. For those curious about acquiring a 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny, there are several pathways. Coins can be purchased through local coin shops, online marketplaces, coin shows, and auctions. Pricing varies depending on condition, rarity, and whether the coin has been professionally graded. While a circulated coin in average condition may be reasonably affordable, high-grade or certified coins can command a substantial premium. Investing in these coins requires knowledge, patience, and sometimes a bit of luck, but the rewards can be both financial and deeply satisfying for the collector who appreciates history. Over the years, the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny has proven to be a resilient and desirable collectible. Even as the Lincoln cent evolved into new designs, such as the Lincoln Memorial Reverse introduced in 1959, collectors remained captivated by the Wheat Penny series for its charm and historical significance. Today, vintage coins like the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny serve as reminders of the artistry, craftsmanship, and economic history of the United States. They are more than just coins, they are artifacts that link us to a different era, giving us a window into the everyday life and culture of mid-20th century America. The market for Lincoln Wheat Pennies continues to thrive, fueled by both seasoned collectors and new enthusiasts discovering the joy of coin collecting. The 1954 Lincoln Penny represents an attainable yet rewarding entry point into the hobby. Unlike some extremely rare coins from earlier years, it is possible to find high-quality examples for those willing to search diligently. By studying minting details, understanding grading criteria, and learning to spot subtle anomalies, collectors can make informed decisions and even potentially acquire coins that appreciate over time. In addition, these coins can serve as educational tools. They are perfect for teaching children and new collectors about history, economics, and the art of minting. A single penny like the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny can spark curiosity about the life of Abraham Lincoln, the evolution of American coinage, and the historical context of post-war America. This combination of historical insight, artistry, and tangible ownership is what makes coin collecting such a rewarding and multifaceted hobby. Collectors often share stories about discovering a well-preserved 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny tucked away in a change drawer or purchased from an estate sale. The thrill of uncovering a high-grade specimen, or a coin with a subtle variation, adds a sense of adventure to the hobby. Many collectors find that these experiences, combined with the satisfaction of learning about each coin's history, outweigh even the financial value of the coins themselves. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny offers this same sense of discovery, blending accessibility with the potential for high collectability. In conclusion, the 1954 Lincoln 1-cent Wheat Penny is more than just a coin. It is a bridge to the past, a collectible with historical, aesthetic, and financial value, and a source of endless fascination for numismatists. From its origins in the Denver Mint to its role in everyday American life in the 1950s, this coin embodies the enduring appeal of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat design that has captivated collectors for over a century. In the quiet world of American coin collecting, there are certain coins that seem ordinary at first glance but hold stories, history, and hidden value beneath their worn copper surfaces. One such coin is the United States of America 1955 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent Wheat Penny. To many people, it looks like just another old penny, the kind that might sit forgotten in a jar or drawer. But to collectors and history lovers, this small coin represents an era, a minting process, and a legacy that continues to capture attention even today. To truly appreciate the 1955 Wheat Penny, we must first step back into mid-20th century America. The year 1955 was a time of optimism and growth. The nation was enjoying post-war prosperity, suburbs were expanding, highways were being built, and American industry was booming. Coins produced during this period were not just tools for commerce, they were everyday witnesses to a changing nation. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, had already been circulating for decades by 1955, becoming one of the most familiar coins in American pockets. The obverse of the 1955 Lincoln 1-cent features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's calm and dignified profile faces right, symbolizing strength, unity, and perseverance. Above his head appears the word liberty, a powerful reminder of the ideals upon which the nation was built. In front of Lincoln's face is the date, 1955, clearly marking the year this coin entered circulation. Just below the date sits the small but significant D Mint mark, indicating that this penny was struck at the Denver Mint. This single letter plays a major role in determining the coin's identity and appeal to collectors. Turning the coin over reveals the classic wheat reverse design, which was used from 1909 until 1958. Two wheat ears curve upward along the left and right sides, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. At the top of the reverse is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. The wheat stalks symbolize America's agricultural roots and the importance of hard work, growth, and abundance. For many collectors, this reverse design alone carries a deep sense of nostalgia, as it represents an era that has long since passed. The Denver Mint played an important role in producing coinage for the western United States. In 1955, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents to meet the demands of a growing economy. These coins were made primarily from copper, giving them their familiar reddish-brown tone. However, not all pennies aged the same way. Over time, environmental factors, circulation wear, and storage conditions affected their appearance. This is why collectors today pay close attention to color designations such as red, red-brown, and brown when evaluating a 1955 D wheat penny. Condition is one of the most critical factors in determining the value and desirability of this coin. Pennies that spent years moving from hand to hand often show signs of wear. Lincoln's hair may appear flattened, the wheat stalks may lose their sharp detail, and the surfaces can become dull or scratched. These circulated examples are common and typically hold modest value. However, coins that were carefully stored or never entered circulation can look dramatically different. On high-grade specimens, Lincoln's facial features remain sharp, the lettering is crisp, and the wheat ears display strong, well-defined lines. Collectors also examine the strike quality of the coin. A strong strike means that the design details were fully impressed into the metal during minting. On a well-struck 1955 D wheat penny, the lines in the wheat stalks are bold, Lincoln's jawline is clear, and the fields around the design appear smooth. Weak strikes, on the other hand, may show soft or blurry details, which can affect desirability. Because the Denver Mint generally produced high-quality strikes during this period, well-struck examples are not unusual, but exceptional ones still stand out. Another important aspect of collecting this coin is its historical connection to the final years of the wheat penny series. Only 3 years after 1955, the wheat reverse would be retired and replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. This makes the 1955 D penny part of the closing chapter of a beloved coin series. Many collectors enjoy assembling sets that include these later-date wheat pennies, seeing them as symbols of transition in American coinage. Over the years, the Lincoln Wheat Penny has become one of the most collected coins in the United States. Beginners are drawn to it because it is familiar and accessible, while advanced collectors appreciate the subtle variations in condition, color, and strike quality. The 1955 D issue fits perfectly into this collecting tradition. It is common enough to be recognized, yet special enough to command attention when found in exceptional condition. The copper composition of the coin also adds to its appeal. Unlike modern pennies, which contain a high percentage of zinc, the 1955 D wheat penny was made during a time when copper was still the standard. This gives the coin a weight and feel that many collectors prefer. The warm color of aged copper, especially on coins that have developed attractive toning, adds character and visual interest. Storage and preservation play a huge role in maintaining the coin's condition. Pennies that were placed in albums, rolls, or protective holders decades ago often survive in much better shape than those left loose. Original mint red examples are particularly prized, as they retain much of their original luster and brightness. Even slight handling or exposure to air can cause copper to darken, so true red specimens from 1955 are becoming increasingly difficult to find. The market for Lincoln Wheat Pennies has remained strong over the years, driven by nostalgia, historical interest, and the desire to own tangible pieces of American history. The 1955 D penny, while not rare in a general sense, can reach impressive levels of value when it meets strict criteria for grade and eye appeal. Coins that are certified by professional grading services often attract serious collectors, as certification provides confidence in authenticity and condition. Collectors often dream of discovering a high-grade example hidden in an old collection or inherited coin jar. Stories of valuable pennies found in unexpected places continue to fuel excitement and curiosity. While most 1955 wheat pennies found in circulation are worth only a small premium, the possibility of uncovering an exceptional piece keeps collectors searching. Beyond monetary value, this coin represents a connection to everyday life in 1955 America. It may have been used to buy a newspaper, pay for a cup of coffee, or drop into a jukebox. Each mark and tone tells a story of where it has been and how it was used. Holding such a coin is like holding a small piece of history, linking the present to a bygone era. As interest in classic American coinage continues to grow, the 1955 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny remains a favorite among collectors of all levels. Its timeless design, historical significance, and potential value make it a fascinating subject for anyone interested in coins. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your journey, this humble penny proves that even the smallest denomination can carry remarkable importance. For collectors fortunate enough to own an exceptionally preserved example of this coin, its worth can be truly impressive, reaching a level that surprises many people, with a value of $14,332.